going on, everybody? I appreciate you for checking out the video. Before I begin the video, I'm outside right now, so hopefully you can hear me okay. There's a bunch of traffic, I'm in a very heavy traffic area. On top of that, as you can tell, I'm swollen, still very swollen. I'm 3 weeks after my post-op double jaw surgery. And, for those of you who didn't know, in 2019, this is what the whole purpose of making this channel was for the double jaw surgery experience, If you go on YouTube, there's a bunch of individuals who've had this situation done to themselves as well, and it's a very unique and pretty insane experience. For me specifically, just the beginning stage. Trying to figure out how you're gonna make it happen. And just a bunch of stuff you gotta go through that you never thought you'd go through, so it's a bunch of steps, and for those of you who've had this double jaw surgery or just surgery on your jaw, in general, for open bite is what mine was, you can see where I'm coming from, when I say, it's a situation that really grows you as a person spiritually, because you going through the situation are in the mind frame of understanding this particular peculiar situation is something that will outcast you for a period of time. Because individuals who, and depending on how severe your bite is, mine was severe, but just depending on who you are as an individual, what you've got going on, even your geographical location, for the most part, it's a situation that can outcast you more than you think it would, It's a very unique experience. But nonetheless, I didn't want to make this too long. I just wanted to make, this video to say, the experience went very well. Very well. It's my fault. It's so hard to speak. I want to give a huge shout out to my orthodontist, Dr. Machado and her Mikado. I hope I probably pronounced it. It's one of the two. You and your team, you guys work really wonderful, And, to my surgeon, Mr. Dr. Lickett, and his team over here in Dallas, they came through, man, and he was real quick with it. That's the thing with me. If you're someone who's got a bone problem in your jaw, you've got something going on if you're young, my heaviest advice is, listen, it's gonna be scary. Just the way I grew up and how I grew up and just the way we went about things, and, we didn't have many amenities near us, so, a doctor visit or a dentist visit, that was rare unless we had to do it for school or something like that. I've never been into, I'm not a huge fan of medical facilities, to be honest with you. I've had some pretty tough experiences. Take care of it, Don't procrastinate this shit like how I did. I'm a good couple months past age 26 right now. I tell you what, man. I'm in the healing stages, but this is a period of time that's I wouldn't say it's gonna hold you back, because trust me, I've been doing all I can to grow myself, physically I've been on the decline right now. I haven't been in the gym for months when you go through this. I'm about to go see if I can shoot some hoops here in a bit, just to, I still got a bunch of stuff to do, I'm currently out of a job right now, This situation took my job from me because of just the healing time, the psychological stuff it does with it. And the one thing with this video, guys, is the most important thing I learned from this double jaw surgery actually has nothing to do with the surgery. the amount of angelic people and wonderful individuals I had the experience to find, not to know, but to find on the internet, and just the wisdom that you guys shared with me. And some of you have mentioned your names before, and this led me down a path, speaking on politics and, a wide variety of stuff, I'm not going to get specific, but for those of you who perhaps have witnessed my channel and the stuff I previously had that I've deleted and privated, I'm the proof in the pudding, and there's a lot of truthful stuff, a lot of people wouldn't be open to talk about, so, sometimes that can make you get looked at as, perhaps a person people dislike, because people don't really like individuals who kind of, think outside the box and, know a bunch of information and, knowledge that not many people know. So, when you go through very peculiar situations like double jaw surgery, that side of the thing itself is one thing from everything you're gonna find and everything you're gonna wisdom and even portals that will open and people and, spiritual groups, and this is what led me down just such a wide variety and path of, different categories of life, so, but, we'll save that for a rainy day. Let me not get off topic, I do that a lot. But anyway, I'm going to be making vids here, and try to keep up, but I've got a lot of stuff I got to do, like I said before. If you're someone who's, you have a story, on double jaw surgery, or you're someone who's about to get into it, let me tell you what, it's one of those things where, man, I think it's an adrenaline rush. And, the reason I say it's an adrenaline rush, especially depending on who you are, where you're coming from, with me, I'll be honest with you, it's a situation not many people in my life supported. And it's not even because of the actual situation, it's because of what came with it. Like I said before, COVID-19, that took place in the beginning of 2020. And let me tell you what, that shaped my life up quite a bit. You know what I'm saying? That led down a path of some very, deep information that I had here on this channel that one thing led to another. And let me tell you what, make sure you're doing stuff that's going to better your life and put yourself in a better situation. And there's a lot of stuff I had to learn from the jaw surgery situation that had nothing to do about no jaw surgery. I had to learn a lot about myself that had nothing to do about no jaw surgery, I'm gonna tell you that. A lot of people who I don't know anymore, a lot of people who don't know who I am anymore, a lot of separation happened. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Past couple of weeks I've been to myself, I've been alone. But anyway, I'm gonna end it short there. My experience with it, the reason I say it's an adrenaline rush, and this experience began in 2019. I'm gonna have parts breaking it down. I took a position. I took an authoritative position from 2019 to 2023 that played a huge role in this situation in my life. So I'll break all that down here. But the experience in itself, let me tell you what, it'll make your ass get to work. It'll put a rocket ship under your ass with the prices you gotta pay for this shit. Let me tell you what, I don't give a damn if you got good insurance. This shit you get your ass to work. Yeah, I was working hell hours, you know what I'm saying? Couldn't even eat corn on the cob, no pizza. This bite was crazy. I got a lot of healing to go, but let me tell you what, my open bite was pretty extreme, I had a pretty, peculiar look to me, but, you're not someone who could really understand the situation unless you truly knew me. That's why I say a lot of people, you will be misunderstood if you're an individual who's got to get double jaw surgery, you know. A lot of people are not going to understand you, and that is rightfully so, because you're just going to be a peculiar and outcasted person by default based upon your mindset and your awareness, and your spirit just going to be in a different, you know, just a different form than most people if you're going through the situation. You vouch for me if you're someone going through this or went through this situation. You know where I'm coming from. A lot of people are going to misunderstand you. You're going to be an outcast by default. Now, here's the thing. Like I said before, I was an authoritative figure the whole time throughout the situation, so I know how to work myself around environments. I'm a very adaptable individual nonetheless, despite the situation. Remember, your situations don't make who you are, you know, as a whole, you know. There's a lot I learned from the situation, a lot of patience, you know. I learned a lot about, you know, learning how to satisfy yourself and not just be so gluttony, you know. I used to be a very gluttonous person. Despite the way someone looks, it don't matter how skinny someone is or body weight, you know, I support all body types. In fact, that's kind of the route I'm going to be going with stuff, is I want to focus on body positivity with, you know, obviously more so with the woman, you know, but, you know, we'll see where we go with all of that. But I want to kind of get into stuff like that because, you know, if you're someone going through double jaw open by surgery, man, tell me this ain't going to affect your weight, man. In 2019, I used to weigh 165. I'm at goddamn 152. I lost so much weight. And I've been trying to put on weight, you know. I still try to eat more than 1,500 calories, but man, I still eat soup and stuff like that. It's still kind of hard to chew and bite down, you know, because your bite changed drastically. I don't know about y'all, but my open bite, in the end, you know, right when I began finally seeking an orthodontist and a surgeon, it was going to the point where only the back molars, so only 4 teeth in total, were able to touch as I bit down. It was crazy, man. It was getting bad. And my front teeth, the gap was so wide, I couldn't even chew, dude. You know, so it was starting to get really bad over time, especially around that 2019 area when I was still going to college, you know. But once I got that authoritative position, I dropped college in the beginning of 2020, into 2019. In fact, it was before COVID is when my college years ended. I was in college for 5 years, you know, so it's been a journey. It's been a journey, just the intellect and the, you know, the situations you'll have to face, you know, because it was so much more than just a double jaw surgery, I tell you that. It was the politics that came with it. It was everything, you know. I had, you know, but we'll save that for a rainy day. Like I said before, man, you know, that plays a big role in why I deleted videos, you know, previously. Videos that really, you know, took many different directions from my main motive because of how much more important those were than my jaw surgery, man. That's why I drifted off, you know. You know, a lot of people have stories on double jaw surgery, so it's not like I had to be someone who had to speak about it, but it's a very unique experience when you go on the internet, you know, and type in, you know, just stories in this topic in general, just a wide variety and, you know, deep surfaces of people that you'll find on the internet that you won't find externally in the most popular viewed stuff nowadays, you know. You know, double jaw surgery, you know, and just information that, you know, people, that puts people in a much, a much boxed in type of individuals. Let's call us the 1%, perhaps the 0.01% that make up the internet, because they're just the very small percentage of spiritual groups you'll be in, because they're just having to go through situations like this, you know. Our world really is a category and an algorithm, so this stuff will really make you look at life much differently, you know. But I'm gonna end the video on this. If you're someone who's going through the situation, don't let it scare you. The sooner the better. Don't just work very hard, and when you're done, you know, because when I got done with it, I was like, wow, finally it was over. It felt so good. Right before you go in for surgery, you know what I mean? Just because of how much I went through with the year experience and how hard I felt and pushed through the opposition and the people who didn't support me and the people who try to prevent me from getting this done, I tell you what, when it was time for me to go in, I was so ready, bro. You know, and once you get it done, all them fees, you're gonna, oh yeah, all them payments, I tell you what, you're gonna have to get your ass to work before and after. So, you know, I'm coming full throttle. I got a bunch of stuff I gotta do and try to do, because, you know, you gotta put a rocket fuel on your ass. There's gotta be some people in the world who gotta do this, you know, so hopefully people who got that rocket fuel under your underwear ass type of mentality, we coming through, you know, and hopefully we can make this last, you know. But just have a very good mindset about it, you know, and you know that this is something you have to do. Only you know what is going on with your body and your physical structure. You know, a lot of people are gonna try to say, oh, you look fine, oh, blah, blah, blah. Nah, you do what you gotta do for you. A lot of people are haters. They're gonna try to make you not get this shit done. A lot of people didn't want my shit to get done, bro. Like, are you for real? Imagine being someone, like, you know, but let's not talk about that. Y'all know how it is sometimes, you know? When you gotta do big stuff is gonna come with it. And that's what we're gonna get into. Much bigger stuff than this double jaw surgery stuff. Trust me, this ain't shit. This ain't shit compared to what we're about to get into and what I really got into, you know, with this journey. So, you know, but, you know, let's get, you know, specific and end it there. If you're someone who's going to be going into this, have a very positive attitude. You know, it's going to be scary and stuff like that, but you're going to get through, you know. So, I'm going to go ahead and end it there. And I appreciate you for watching. You know, you're going to be on a liquid diet for a minute. It's going to change your diet for a while, you know what I'm saying? You know, there's gonna be a bunch of stuff you ain't gonna be able to like do anymore. You're gonna have to like sacrifice hella stuff, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna put you down a bunch of different paths, you know. I noticed a lot of people had support, you know, while going through the situation. You know, I kinda had that in the beginning, but like I said before, all that bullshit that comes with it, you know, you're gonna lose people. You're gonna really become isolated when you get into this shit, depending, you know. Here in the end, I didn't have a damn person supporting me with shit, you know. Yeah, you know, I even have people lying on me about my job and my position, you know. Something I lost because, you know, I had to sacrifice it to get this done just because of the period of time you have to heal, you know. So, you know, depending on who you are, you know, keep your loved ones close, you know. It's just with me, you know, it came at a crazy time with this pandemic and stuff, you know. But other than that, you know, if you're someone going through this, you know, try to have as much support as you can. You know what I mean? They were telling me to, you know, my orthodontist and surgeon to have someone with me. I didn't, you know, the day of my surgery was the day hella ice on the roads and my car was doing 30-60s and shit on the highway. You know, I witnessed a wreck, you know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that I'm gonna talk about later on, is how the weather forecast was not messing with me. Yeah, they didn't give a damn about me. That weather didn't give a shit about me, you know. Every time I had a major operation, it was bad sleeting. It'd be goddamn 70, 80 degrees the previous day, And then the day I got myself, I gotta go on, it's goddamn negative 10 degrees, ice on the snow, ice on the road and shit, you know. So I got some crazy stories I could get into, but you know, I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. And you know, if you're some, like I said before, if you're someone going through this, you know, just expect a huge change out of who you're gonna become as a person. You're gonna be very shocked at, you know, the growth. You'll see yourself grow past a lot of people. You know, no ego. I'm keeping it real, you know. And the proof's in the pudding. You can just tell, just, you know, just by everything you've experienced, you know, and just, you know, the way how you changing the people around you, man. So anyway, deuces.